Our next outstanding nurse works in a very different capacity. Tanya Mooring is a hospice department nurse at Memorial Hermann Woodlands Hospital. Tanya applies hard work, long hours, leadership qualities, and outstanding dedication to the hospital's high operational standards. But above all, she is a compassionate nurse, driven to have a positive impact on every patient. She serves as a beacon of hope and a comfort to families at this clinical time in their lives. She understands that most of these people have no medical background and that they get scared, confused, and worried as they are losing someone they love. Tanya draws on a wellspring of personal faith and integrity to serve each patient in extraordinary ways. We have a few examples. The elderly wife of one patient was scared and worried about her husband when she called Tanya at home around midnight one night. Tanya stayed on the phone with her for more than an hour to make sure the wife felt better and knew that everything would be all right. Another elderly woman Tanya was caring for was very depressed because her children and other family members were not visiting her. Tanya visited with her every day the patient was in the hospital. She later visited on the patient's birthday at the retirement center she had been transferred to, bringing flowers and a Bible. The woman was so happy she cried as she thanked Tanya for her care. She also wrote a wonderful thank you letter to Memorial Hermann. An elderly man was flying to Mexico to sell his house when the airplane had to make an emergency landing due to his medical state. Brought to Memorial Hermann, the man now had no luggage, knew no one here, and had no one to call. The day before he was to be released, Tanya's day off, she went shopping and bought him underclothes, socks, pants, shirt, and personal hygiene items so this extremely grateful patient could resume his trip in comfort. Mrs. Benny, another patient of Tanya's, told her that she had found a baby rabbit in her backyard and had gotten very attached. Her son was worried that the animal might die. So Tanya, having show rabbits of her own, took the rabbit home and put it with a nursing mother rabbit in her barn. Several times, Tanya has taken the rabbit to visit Mrs. Benny, who thoroughly enjoys holding and loving on it. Time after time, whether she is on call or not, Tanya is there for patients' calls and has even given them her husband's cell phone number as a backup way. Betty loves that. To reach her if they get scared or just need someone to talk to. That's really something else. The examples go on and on. This is just what she does, says her nominator. Tanya's heart is as big as Texas, and she loves what she does. Thank you, Tanya, for all you do, and congratulations on the recognition as an extraordinary nurse.
I wasn't really inspired to go into nursing. What actually happened, I think it was a calling that I'm in nursing. And my girlfriend called me many years ago and asked me if I wanted to take some classes at the local college. And as a single parent and working full-time, I said sure. So Miss Beanie was a hospice patient of mine and didn't have a long time to live, but her family was outside mowing one day and they found a baby rabbit, probably just had opened his eyes, maybe 10 days old. And Miss Beanie named him Thumper, and she loved that little baby rabbit, and they were afraid that it wasn't old enough to live on its own, and it probably wasn't. And I raised rabbits, and so I took Thumper home, and I had a doe, a female rabbit that had babies, and she adopted him, and she was able to feed him and things. So whenever I would go back to see Miss Beanie, I would take Thumper to visit. And so I don't know who got more out of the visit, either me or Miss Beanie. The phrase from my experience as a nurse would probably be "everyone remain calm." I think that would probably be the biggest phrase, stay calm. So I think that that would probably sum it up, the best one.